Alright, welcome back. Little update, not much, but a little. Tiny houseboat on barrels. This is what my next steps are. Gotta give a little update besides cleaning the windows. Alright, as you can see, the interior looks a little different. One, I cleaned up everything, got most of my tools out of here, supplies, lumber. I did install the futon. We all know how a futon works, but I'll set it out in a minute. Still haven't done anything in the bathroom. Looks the same. I didn't do anything else in the kitchen other than make all my trim pieces, which I think I addressed in a past video, my previous video, the last video. Then needed some finished work to my drawers, round off my edges, and I'm unsure if I'm gonna leave this bright wood and just put a sealer on it or stain it. Unsure at this point. Still got more trim pieces to make, but I got all the main trim is done all the way around. With the exception of under both doors, I'm putting a more water resistant piece of wood right there, and I'm going to make the door frame still. I got to buy lumber for the front and the rear. I didn't do the trimming, all the trimming in the rear. I stopped here because one, I still have to build this wooden door frame, and this wall cannot be installed until I finish the shower. I did put my thresholds in the futon. My futon is 9 inches of height off the floor. My water tank is about 11.5 inches. So I'm going to have to give the futon a lift so the water tank will fit underneath. Truth be told, I got this futon on clearance. It's nothing fancy, nothing special. My cats love it. I had a hard time keeping my cats off it for the past year. This was almost a $300 futon. Walmart had about 8 of them on clearance for 80 bucks. So I picked that up. And that was long before I had a cabin on here. In fact, at that time, I think I hadn't even built this yet. But I knew I wanted to build a little houseboat on barrels, or some kind of little camp, whether it's motorized or not. And I guess this futon was the start of it all. So I took my careful measurements. I designed the cabin around a cheap futon, and to make it a bed like every futon, you slide it out. And that's a full-size bed. And I can still have access to get in and out of my door, still have a walkway. I even got some extra room, so I could have made the bathroom bigger. But I left this space open intentionally to storage like shoes and stuff like that, or maybe a little cabinet, something. Very happy with the way this boat's turned out. I aim to finish it and see it through. Got so many offers, people want to buy it. But after calculating everything, the amount of time, like labor wise, I've got over 400 hours on this build. You know, if I calculate $30 an hour, you know, I'm not good at math, that's over 12 grand of labor, and I got over $8,000 of receipts. So I would have to sell this for around the $20,000 range. I'm not sure if I want to go that route yet. You know, I bought a lot of stuff on clearance, like this chart plotter I'm getting ready to install. There's a Simrad Cruise 9. I got it on clearance for like 400 bucks. Of course, I bought the $100 Navionics card that goes with it. This is normally an $800 chart plotter. I've been having that for at least six or 8 months, waiting for the day to install, and I think today's the day. I'm gonna at least plan it out. I'm probably gonna install it in the console. This is a dual mount. You can mount it on this pedestal on top of the console, which I don't think I'm gonna do. It's gonna obstruct my view. And it's also dash mountable, recess mount. So I think I'm gonna cut a hole in the dash and recess mount it I'm gonna do my layout carefully, make sure I got enough room before I cut the hole. And oh look, some kind of little critter enjoying my houseboat. You had your first overnight, buddy? How was it? And oh, back to the console. This was meant to be a temporary console, but I kind of like it. It doesn't really match the rest of the boat. I could always feel my screw holes. Being it was temporary, I wasn't worried how it looked. I was worried about function. I may just go ahead and leave it in here. Maybe give it a different paint job. I'm not sanding all that gray off to stain it to match the rest of the boat. I may just leave it alone. It's functional, it works. I have to secure the console, then I have to cut my hole in the floor through the foam and my double floor to run my steering column for my cable steering, and my control box. I need to go locate that, see where it's at. That has to be ran through the floor as well. And that's basically what I'm doing. Just once I know that all the trim and the floors is done, now I can do the console, and I get to wire up all the 12-volt accessories. It's going to be interior lights, porch light, rear floodlights, front floodlights, red and green navigation, and anchor light. And of course, all my wiring's pre-ran and labeled. I thought of everything before I put the walls, because once you put the walls, the only way to run wiring will be under the boat, which is not ideal, or alongside the wall, which I didn't want to do. And I thought about building an access, a trim panel. At first I was going to wainscot this bottom half, even with the counter on down. I was going to put the birch that's on the ceiling down here, but I was going to put it where it was removable, that way I could access all my wiring. That's what I should have done, but I didn't do. Because price, that stuff's $50 a sheet for that. And I would have had to buy probably 3 more sheets to wainscot the entire cabin. I already have to buy 2 more sheets for my porch, front and rear porch, to cover my porch. That's going to be decided at a later date if I'm going to use that birch on the porch, because I have to seal it, being it's going to be out in the weather. It will have to be sealed really good. Still need to cover my door, sheet my door. And as I stated, I need to build my main frame all the way around. The frame that's on there is temporary because I needed a door. But yeah, that's what I got going on. It might be a little while, a couple of days before I do an update. And I do need to pull all 18 barrels down. I don't think I'm going to do an update on that. Maybe once I get the barrels off, I'll do a video to show you how the bottom of my structure and frame looks. This thing is built solid. It's overbuilt. Overbuilt it intentionally. I built it heavy. Heavy boats handle better in wind and waves. Everybody wants to build lightweight. I like building lightweight, I do. But I think for what I was trying to achieve, heavy was the route to go. And I do thank all of y'all for tuning in for the small update. And sorry I don't have more for y'all. But I think I've got enough to keep you guys interested to see where I go next with this thing. I guess we'll find out in the next one. Thank y'all for viewing.